Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Interconnection Institute, Church of Infinite Spirit. I am so delighted to be with you guys today, leading our mid-month online church service. So welcome to everyone, and wonderful whether you're attending live or by recording that you've taken some time for yourself to connect and be in this community where we are really focused on connecting you to that spiritual part of you, supporting you as you know and learn and experience who you are as a spiritual being, and supporting you in that joyous transformation as that unfolds. Life is completely different when we connect in to that truth of who we are, that inner light, that inner being. So my name is Reverend Margaret Johnson, and I'll be leading you guys today in our service for the online community, and of course by recording. Our service today will be around 30 minutes, so make yourselves comfortable. And again, I'm delighted you are joining me today. Just a couple of things about our church. We are non-traditional, modern. Our mission really is to support you in coming into the truth of who you are as a spiritual being. So we are a non-judgmental organization. We welcome everyone and really are wanting to kind of redefine what church can be. It can be a way to take a break from the noise of life, to connect spiritually, and to go deep within, to discover the jewels, the treasures of who you are as a spiritual being. It is, of course, a take what works for you environment. So I'll be leading us today, and whatever doesn't work for you, please just let it go and hold on to whatever does. So as we do in our live in-person church services, we're going to start with a meditation. Meditation is an incredibly powerful way to begin to discover the inner landscape, the inner light. And there's so many different forms of meditation, which is fantastic. And so I'm going to lead you today in a 4-step meditation. So play along. If you know these tools, play along. If they're new to you, just use your imagination. So go ahead and close your eyes. Take a big deep breath. I want you to imagine, say hello to your first chakra, which is the very base of your spine, your tailbone. And using that imagination, I want you to grow a beam of colored light from that tailbone directly through the floor into the earth. Let it tunnel with ease all the way to the very center of the earth. This beam of colored light is what we call a grounding cord. And it is a connection from the base of your spine, otherwise known as your first chakra, to the center of the earth. And it does a couple of things. It centers in the body. Sometimes we can be so scattered, our attention. When we ground, using this grounding cord, we can come in more fully into the body. And this grounding cord serves as a conduit to release any energies, thoughts, emotions, experiences that aren't serving you or aren't even you. So just notice if there's something that you brought in today that you just like to let go of. Maybe an entanglement with a coworker or an issue that just doesn't seem to be able to be solved. Anxiety, stress. You just can't imagine whatever it is just flowing down the grounding cord. And the wonderful thing is about the grounding cord is that the minute you create it, it starts releasing. So you don't have to even know what's headed down, but you can know that you're letting go of what may be blocking you from connecting with your own light, your own truth. Next, I want you to bring your attention into the very center of your head, between your ears, behind your eyes. By bringing our attention here, we activate the sixth chakra. Sixth chakra is a really incredible space. It's a space where you can put your attention that supports you seeing yourself and your world through neutrality and validation. It's so easy to see ourselves without neutrality or validation. So activating this sixth chakra, we're coming into a place that's designed for us to be able to begin to see ourselves and our world in a different way. So notice yourself there, behind your eyes, in between your ears. Thoughts may be coming in. That's okay. They can just flow out as easily as they have arrived. Our next step is to say hello to the bubble of energy around your body. It's called the aura. And it's about an arm's length out in all direction. So it's kind of like an Easter egg, shaped like an Easter egg around your body. And I want you to imagine painting the outside of your aura a color, maybe a different color than you used for your colored beam of light, your grounding cord. So just imagine painting the outside of your aura a color. By doing this, we delineate between what belongs to us energetically and what belongs to the rest of the world. And wow, there's so much going on in the rest of the world. So much energy, so much unfolding. And as much as we might want to, we can't control or manage what is outside of ourselves. However, within the aura, within your inner landscape, you can decide and manage this space. You can let go of what doesn't serve you. You can bring in more of what you want. So it's helpful to draw that line by coloring the outside of the aura to delineate the space that is you and the space that's not you. Good job. So if you have some focus outside of yourself, if there is a situation you just wish you could change or control that is outside of your bubble, you could just intend that that desire to change what is outside of you just be released. Perhaps a lot of your energy is flowing outside of your bubble in an effort to change something. What would you do with that energy if you had it back? Great. So let's call our energy back. I want you to imagine a big gold sun above your head, huge. Make it twice as big as you originally perceived it. And the minute you create that gold sun, your energy is going to be flowing into it, calling your energy back from wherever it has landed outside of you, back from your morning. Just imagine this huge gold sun above your head, filling up so quickly, becomes so heavy, so full. And when it's about to pop, I want you to burst it right above your head and sit under the shower of energy, the shower of your light, your essence, flowing into the body, into your head, your neck, your shoulders, flowing into your torso, your arms, your hands. Let it fill into your legs, your feet, and just imagine it spilling out into your aura bubble. This vibration that is you. Unique in all the universe. Great. Take another nice breath. And just notice your experience of yourself in this moment versus when you first joined or started watching this recording. It's amazing how we can shift our inner experience by taking a few moments to meditate, to ground, and find the center of head, to say hello to our aura bubble and paint it a color, and call our energy back in a big gold sun. Great job. So when you're ready, you can stretch, open your eyes. Great. Good job, everybody. So today I want to talk about the interesting and toxic pattern of what if thoughts. So I've titled this talk, What If We Could Let Go of the What Ifs? What ifs, right? We have all of the what ifs that have to do with the past. What if I had stayed with that particular partner? Or what if I hadn't moved to whatever city? Or what if I hadn't spent all of my savings? Those what ifs from the past. We also have the what ifs about the future. What if the relationship I'm in doesn't work out? What if I don't get well? What if a son or a daughter isn't happy? So many what ifs. And these energies, these what if thoughts, are extremely toxic in three different ways. The first is they are really addictive. We start with one, and then we can just go down the rabbit hole with a whole series of what ifs relative to one topic. Just one topic can lead us into kind of a branching, a tree of all these what if possibilities. When we do that with a view of the past, we can also really create a lot of the vibration of regret, remorse, grief, and invalidation. Like somehow we should have known better. And the addiction can just take on its own rhythm, its own personification, where then we even get attached to it as part of our story, part of who we are or who we're not. And of course, this addictive quality can play out with the future as well. The what ifs. As many of you know, I've got 4 kids. They're largely grown. And it's so easy to go down the what ifs as they start driving, right? Or as they start dating, or they leave the home. What if they never use dental floss, which is a real possibility? So these what ifs, again, this addictive quality of what ifs towards the future can really create worry, anxiety, stress. So this addictive quality, the hamster wheel of these what if thoughts can really lead to, again, a personification of vibrations or stances of beings that are really problematic. The second thing that what ifs tend to do is take us out of present time. So if we're what ifing all about the past, where is my energy? It's all about the past. Literally stuck in my timeline. And if I am what ifing about the future, I am way out in the future in some possibility that most likely has very little chance of unfolding. But in this way, we really take ourselves, our energy, our focus out of present time. And the interesting thing about present time, it gets a lot of attention, as it should, because the only time we have to create is present time. We can't create from the past. We might not like some of our choices. We might, look at the past and have a little, oh boy. But we can't go back there. And we cannot create our day, our reality from the past. The same is true with the future. Can't create from the future. So if my energy is way out ahead of me in the future, I don't have it available to me in present time to create. And the thing about present time is most of the time, present time is okay. All is well. But we really lose that concept when we're pulled by the what ifs towards the past, and we're pulled by the what ifs for the future. And the third aspect of the toxicity of what ifs is this fragmentation of our energy. Right? So if my energy is stuck in the past, or if it's way out in the future, I have less of my creative life force within me. And when we call our energy into ourselves, when we are connected with our life force energy and it's not scattered, we have so much more energy to actually create what it is we want to create. And the what if patterns really deplete our life force energy. They take away our ability, lessen our ability to create because we have less of our life force energy within us. Wow, those what ifs. So what if we could let go of these what ifs? What ifs that are so addictive, that take us out of present time and dilute our life force energy, take away our power, give our power away to the what ifs. We have less of it within ourselves to create. Well, the good news is we can let them go. This is great news. There's 3 steps here I want to talk about. The first is the power of awareness, the power of being aware when we are in a what if pattern. This is made so much more, I'll say, easy when we are using our 6th chakra. In between the ears, behind the eyes, that 6th chakra is such an incredibly powerful place to go to identify what's going on in the inner landscape. What thoughts are going through? If thoughts are coming in and out of that room, what are they? I kind of like to look at them like a ticker tape. I'm in the 6th chakra and I'm just looking. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So the 6th chakra really gives us much more neutrality to look at our thoughts objectively, to see what we're thinking and not be activated by them. When we can become aware of our thoughts, then we can manage them. We can weed out the ones that aren't helpful. Thoughts are expressions of energy. Energy within the chakra system, within the inner landscape, is expressing. It's always expressing. And in one way, it expresses through thoughts. It can express in other ways as well. So it's helpful that we become aware of our thoughts, because that way we can identify if we have some patterns, some energies that are going on within ourselves that aren't helpful. So awareness is our first step, and it's so powerful. Coming into that 6th chakra, becoming aware, wow, I am really in a what if pattern. And it's creating a lot of grief, or it's creating a lot of anxiety or stress. So that's the first step. Second step is to release unhelpful thoughts. Yay! When I first joined the Interconnection Institute taking classes, and I really got it, like, you can let stuff go. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best news ever. I don't have to be stuck anymore. So how do we let things go? Our grounding cord, right? The minute we create that grounding cord, that connection from the 1st chakra down to the center of the earth, we are releasing. And at any time, if we're in that 6th chakra and we're aware of a what if pattern, we could just send it down that grounding cord. I really do like the drive-through banking. I've always have, even when I was a little kid. And sometimes I'll put a thought, a what if thought, into the little tube, right? The little canister, and just send it down the grounding cord. Another way we can release is by creating a bubble right in front of the body, within our aura bubble. And we can just let that bubble gather up any thought that isn't helpful. And then we take that bubble and we let it go way up high in the sky and pop it, release it. We're going to be practicing these steps in a few minutes in a meditation. But when we do this, when we exercise our divine right to manage the inner landscape, to notice what's going on, and then to take an action by grounding or releasing. We're making more room for that inner light. And we are acting in seniority for ourselves. We are taking our power into our own hands by managing and letting go of what doesn't work for us. We're claiming our space for ourselves. It is important as we're releasing to understand that these thoughts, the what if patterns in particular that we're talking today, they're often spun off of fear, doubt, powerlessness. And they also create, as we talked about, other vibrations like grief, anxiety, or stress. And when we are releasing a thought, we are also releasing any energy that's created the thought, the dynamic, the pattern that's within ourselves that's generating that what if thought. Third step is, of course, to fill in. When we take inventory and we start cleaning out our inner landscape closet, it gives us space, extra space. And it's so important to take advantage of that space, claim that space. What do we want to fill in with? What do we want to replace? All the places where those energies were sitting that we've let go. Filling in is such an important step. And again, when I first started working with these tools, I was all about release. I was like, release, release, release. And at times I would get kind of depleted or really tired, unmotivated. And it was because I was completely forgetting to fill in, to take advantage of all that space that I had created through the intense releasing. So let's try it. Let's go into meditation. So go ahead and close your eyes. Take another big, deep breath. Come back into that sixth chakra. Just imagine you're there, behind your eyes, in between your ears. Notice you're grounded. When we create a grounding cord, it's there. Even though our attention goes elsewhere, we're not thinking about it. That grounding cord is still operating, still releasing energy. And that aura bubble is still painted the color that you chose to delineate what belongs to you and what belongs to the rest of the world. Great. So from this sixth chakra, I want you just to give yourself a chance to notice. Just notice if there's a what if pattern that you fall into that has to do with the past. What if I hadn't taken that job? What if my dad had showed up differently in my childhood? You might notice a pattern, you might not. It's totally okay either way. We just want to give ourselves the chance, the opportunity to notice. Notice if you're carrying a what if pattern that's directed towards your past. If there's more than one, that's okay. We're just going to work with one today, but you could, on your own, repeat this process. And I want you to create a bubble out in front of your body. It's within your aura bubble. That bubble is going to have a special magnet inside of it that just attracts that thought. And actually, the energies behind that thought, energies that are expressing through that thought. So just watch, you're in the 6th chakra, just watch those energies going into that bubble. Again, you might not notice anything, you might notice something. Either way works. When you're ready, take that bubble, let it float out of your aura bubble, out of the room that you're in, way up high in the sky, and pop it. Next, from that center of head, I want you to notice. Just notice if there's a what if pattern towards the future. What if the weather doesn't cooperate with my trip? What if something doesn't work with my job? Maybe a what if relative to your body or health. And just notice. And again, if nothing is coming up, that's okay. Don't have to notice the specific pattern. You can just follow along and release. So yes, let's release. Create a bubble in front of your body, within the aura bubble, allowing that what if towards the future pattern to go into that bubble, and more specifically, the energy that's being expressed by that thought pattern. Again, notice how quickly that bubble collects up that what if pattern and the energies behind it. Take that bubble, let it float out of your aura bubble, way up high in the sky, and pop it. Let's just do one more bubble. Create another bubble out in front of your body just to collect up. If there's anything that wants to be released, if you notice remorse or regret, if you notice worry or anxiety, just anything that's ready to go into that bubble. Could be another pattern. I always just like to do an extra bubble at the end of my meditations, just in case there's something that didn't get clear. And take that bubble out of your aura, way up high in the sky, and pop it. From the 6th chakra, notice what it's like to have a couple of what if patterns and the energies behind them out of your inner landscape. Notice what it's like to have cleaned out your closet. Great. Good job. And note, we could have very easily sent those energies down our grounding cord. Either way works. So our next step is to fill in. I want you to create a big gold sun above your head. And I want you to label the outside of that gold sun with the 2 words present time. Present time. So that the energy coming into that gold sun is set in present time. Present time vibration. Notice how big and huge that gold sun is. pop it and sit under this energy flow coming into your body, filling up your chakras with the energy of present time. When we scatter to the past, we scatter to the future. We are scattering ourselves out of present time. So interesting, we are bringing in the vibration of present time to support the inner landscaping being more present. Present time is the only time that's real, and it's the only time in which we can create, set intention for what it is we want to experience in our world. Again, we can't create from the past, and we can't create from the future. Notice what it's like to bring in the concept of present time into your inner landscape. And let's just do one more big gold sun. Create another one above your head. And this one, I want you to choose something that you'd like more of in this very moment. And write that word on the outside of the gold sun. Maybe it's ease. Maybe it's abundance. Maybe it's joy. Pick a word, one word, and write it on the outside of that gold sun so that the energy flowing into that gold sun is set at that particular vibration. Notice how quickly, it's just so instantaneous how quickly that gold sun fills up. When you're ready, pop it and sit under this shower of energy. This last one that we'll do together. Really filling in your head, your neck, your shoulders. Let it flow into you and down your arms and into those hands and fingertips. Filling up your body, your chakras, legs, toes, and spilling into your aura. Notice what it's like to bring in this particular vibration. Gosh, isn't it amazing how much we are all seeking, seeking ease. If only I had ease, if only there was more abundance, if only I had joy. And the remarkable thing about it is all of those vibrations are waiting for us, available to us anytime. We can bring in the vibration without waiting for an experience on the outside to give something to us, quote unquote. I would say that kind of giving is very passing. How can we fill ourselves, feed ourselves? How can we make ourselves whole and complete? Wow, we can by releasing and bringing in what we want to experience. Again, the power is in our own hands. The power of managing our reality, our experience of ourselves, not what's on the outside. The power of managing what's on the inside is always with us. Good job. Good job, everybody. Again, notice your space. Notice what this is like. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and stretch Stretching is so good. Great job, everybody. Great job. So my invitation to all of you is to be on the lookout for what ifs within your thoughts. And it's not about trying never to have one. It's about noticing when they come. There's a lot of what ifs in our culture. There's a lot of what if energy, and it's very contagious. It's very addictive. So what can we do? We can become aware of it. We can notice. And you could set an intention to become more aware when what if patterns come into your thoughts. And once you're aware, you can go in to the inner landscape, ground, come into the center of head, and release, either by that grounding cord or using the bubble. And then fill in. By releasing these very addictive, very toxic thought patterns that are expressions of energies beneath them, we can free ourselves to be more in present time. We can free ourselves to claim our own spiritual power and not be depleted. And in so doing, connect more to the light of who we are and have more of our own energy to use, to set intention, to create the experience and reality that we truly desire. So the power is within you. We no longer have to give our power away to those what if thought patterns. Great job, everybody. Well, thank you so much for your time, for your attention, and joining me today. It's my delight and honor to have been with you. Please, check out our website for classes and other information. We are a nonprofit and so appreciate donations. They help fuel and fund what we're doing today. So if you are inspired to do so, please check out our website, and we've got that donate now button. And again, I really appreciate you being here today. We want to offer a space where you can be inspired, be connected, and be transformed. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Have fun becoming aware and letting go of those what if patterns and filling in with what you want to carry. I wish you well. Till next time. Bye-bye.